morning, friends. It's Tracy and Violet and Boris from Nova Scotia Living. I just ended yesterday's video, but I picked you right back up because we're going to have a good day today. Oh, just a minute. All right, friends, we're back from our walk. I just made a coffee and just fed them their breakfast. All the kids are still asleep, so that's delicious. My mug's still holding up strong. I'm going to open a couple pieces of mail. Ooh, and I have one there that they want me to share with some groovy people. This might be from Randal, I'm thinking. Maybe? Oh, it is. Love, Randal. Ooh, I'm excited. So this one's from the Ponders, Tracey and Violet. But look at this, butterflies. And on the back, there's a butterfly and a sunflower. Sunflower is kind of like my dad. He always would plant. He used to plant a garden, but if not, he at least plants a few sunflowers. And they get right big. All right, you guys. I'm not in the mood for that right now. Boris. Let's see here. Look at that. Boris, come here. Come here. Come here, Violet. One of you come here so you can stop barking. I don't want everybody to wake up in the house. Come here, Violet. Bring your bone up. Oh, just a second. Leave her alone. I just brought him up here because you were chewing on the bone. You could have come up. I told you could come up. Don't. Stop. Stop. He's going to jump right off. I might have to go sit out in the kitchen because these guys are bozos. All right. I'm having a hell of a time. Yeah, well, you guys, you weren't listening to me, so that's it. I'm talking to Boris and Violet. Instead of going to the kitchen, I came out here, and I was just talking about this beautiful card from my friend Kathy. Turns out I wasn't recording it. What's going on with me? What's going on? Then I send the dogs in there because they're still rustling around out here. And then they start barking and wrestling some more. And the house is asleep. So I have Boris out here, Violet there, to separate them. Just while I open a couple pieces of mail, for goodness sakes. Yes, so this is called the Blue Morpho. Get away. Oh, get away. I don't want you messing with my tripod. There's fire trucks lining up out the front of the house. Because, yeah, the parade. But it says, Environmental Defense Fund mission is to preserve the natural system on which all life depends. Guided by science and economics, we find practical and lasting solutions to the most serious environmental problems. So, I would love to see this beauty. Wow. And this comes from Kathy from Southern Indiana. And I won't read it to you, but there's a nice letter here. She always traces her handprint here. So, high five, Kathy. High five, sister. You're not touching my tripod, Boris. God. I don't know what's going on. All right. That's my second time. All right. This one is from, oh yeah, I don't know yet, but it's from Orleans, Ontario. So here in Canada. You're licking the bottom of my flip-flop. What's up with that? Oh, this is a Christmas card. My goodness. I've opened mail before Christmas, but I don't know. It must have got lost in the shuffle. From Patricia. What is on the bottom of my shoe? That's so interesting. There we go. Well, it's almost Christmas in July. I do have a turkey in my deep freezer. I plan on cooking for Christmas in July, so that's perfect. And punchbag, punchbacks. And a little penguin is driving. So there's a little note in here, but the card actually says, warmest wishes this holiday season. Peace, love, and happiness. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Yeah. Thank you, Patricia. I'm sorry it got here late. I'm sure it must have got here late or really lost in the shuffle. I don't know. I don't know. But there we go. Okay. What's going on here? I probably brought the friggin' scissors in the house when I was going after those fellas. Boris, where's the scissors? I'm just going to get into this, but love Randal with the little colored heart. Share with groovy people. And these little stamps all over. Look, there's Herbie. There he is. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I need scissors. Oh. I swear to goodness, the scissors must have completely just disappeared into thin air because I just had some and I can't friggin' find them. So I got a steak knife. I don't want to tear. This is like a squishy envelope. I don't know. I don't know what Randal's been up to. Ooh, oh my. Oh my god. What? Oh. To attract bees, birds, and butterflies. There's a whole bunch of flowers. Wow. There's, are they all asters? I want to say saucy. Marigolds. Forget-me-nots. Carpet of snow. More forget-me-nots. Candy tuft. Randal, you outdid yourself. Calendula. No. Calendula. Cut flower mixture. Wildflower. That's my Misha. And then, oh my god. Is it too late to plant these? It can't be too late to plant these, is it? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. And then there's Snapdragon. African Daisy. Cosmos. Poppy. More Snapdragon. Bachelor Button. Another Bachelor Button. Baby's Breath. Forget-me-not. Cosmo. Pink Queen. Spider Flower. Ooh. Thank you so much, Randal. I need to look up how to do this stuff, and Mally will probably take a shine to this too. And if it's not too late in the year to plant them, then we'll plant them. Do they have to be planted outside, or can they be planted in pots and put outside here on the thing, or what? That's what I need to find out. But maybe you told me in here. I don't know. Oh, look at that. How creative. Ah, and there's a little teacup. And a little bird. I was going to say it's a robin. It's not. It's some other kind of bird. And a little teacup. Stitched into like a sunflower with a poodle. This reads a lot to me. The sunflower kind of is my dad. Poodles are my fur babies. Tea is me relating with my grandmothers because they used to drink tea. And the birds are my mom flying high is what I see that. Because she always was ridiculous and would go on the most outrageous adventures, which I admire. And the bigger, the better, the scarier, the better for her. So that's what pops out to me. And then this background is all feathers. And I have a collection of Randal feathers. I have 5 or 6 of them. And whenever I find them, I keep them. And I don't know, I just do. But yeah, it's almost like he leaves them for presents for me. Would a crow do that? I don't know. I know they leave presents for people sometimes, but would he take out one of his feathers? So let's open it up. Oh my God. Oh! And this is all recycled stuff. There's Clark's beans with tomato sauce, tomato soup, Primo, like the pasta sauce. I don't know. That's Tweedledee and Tweedledum and Alice right there. And I love that. And, ooh. Ooh. There's feathers right there. And another sunflower there. And here's a letter. Oh, there's Herbie and his... Oh, Edith and Archie. Edith and Archie. Ah! Archie Bunker and Edith. I used to love that show. Oh, That's hilarious. Oh, Archie. Let me do this. Let me just see. Oh, this is a nice long one. Did you guys ever watch that show? It was very cutting edge with a lot of things, like, but, what is the start? That's 3, 4, that's 2, 5, 6, is this 1? Oh, it is 1. Oh, God. All right. Hello, dear mother bird and lovely friends. And then there's the other side of the stitching. Boris, you're not going to start that now. Oh, just a minute. Okay, please don't be alarmed by the state of this letter. There was a recent accident, but all is more than well now. On Monday morning, the kids went back to school after March break. I flew down to the seashore and took it shore to look for Shirley Jones, my seagull friend. I found Shirley Jones' friends, Edith and Archie, bunkering down among the rocks. They still think it's 2020, and they are in lockdown. They were huddled together among the rocks. Archie was being grumpy. Edith was acting like a dingbat. Yeah, that sounds about right. I asked if they had seen Shirley Jones. Archie said the last time he saw her, she was frantically looking for those greasy salt sticks found near tourist beach areas. Oh, I know all about that addiction. She talked of those sticks often. Yeah, they would be salty. I truly don't see the appeal, especially with the red poop, like stuff often seen with those sticks. I used to think that it was blood, but Shirley Jones assured me that it wasn't, and the red sauce was quite delicious. Ooh! Especially if it was near packages that were small and slow. Oh, she's talking about French fries. I thought you were talking about like beach wood, something like that. Randal. Yes, by small red packages that said Heinz. I do worry about Shirley Jones. She is always in quite a state, frantically looking for food. There is always a lot of competition among the seagulls. There is. They are always pushing and squawking, but there is something special about Shirley Jones. Shirley, in my eyes, is family. Often she can be heard singing, "Come Get Happy," but something had to change. Shirley Jones was just not grooving herself these days. I think it has been a long winter, and she has lost her mojo. Oh no. Finally, I found Shirley. She was swooping around a couple of humans. Shirley was trying to snatch some of those greasy, salty golden sticks, and they had it in a large box, dipping them in the red poopy sauce. Shirley looked a little embarrassed when she saw me watching. I asked Shirley if she would kindly help me out. I needed glue for my stamps on this letter, and I was going to send to my true love, Tracey. Oh, Randal. What are you doing? Boris, what are you doing? You got one of those little white feathers. We headed back to the yard and laid the envelope on the high tree branches. Shirley Jones swooped over and set off a few bombs. Oh no. A few bombs. Her aim is perfection today. Quickly, she stuck this onto the stamps. We left the letter to dry for a few minutes. Yes, Randal, thank you. I find these large letters a little bit heavy to carry on my beak, so I asked Shirley to carry them in the magical box to be mailed. Shirley said she would, for the price of 8 big fat peanuts. After our quick exchange, I flew up to the high treetop while Shirley Jones and the 6 at the mine-pilled rush zoomed out into the road. All of a sudden, a quick flash time that felt like a slow motion, a human riding a bike, hit Shirley Jones. Gasp! Oh no! And there's Herbie. Can you spot what page is from Bin Tracey's? I don't know. So I just want to read this Tweedledee Tweedledum thing. Tweedledee Tweedledum agreed to have a battle. For Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a monstrous crow, as black as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. Yes! Oh, that's Randal. Randal, for sure. He means business sometimes. So, Shirley got hit. That's not good. That's not good at all. On a more serious note, sometimes you see seagulls in the road wandering aimlessly, and they often just are confused and, unfortunately get hit. Alright, Shirley tumbled in a spiral up over the handlebars while the letter went down in a gust of whizzing wind under the tires. Shirley Jones rolled over the human's helmet and spiraled to the hard, wet ground. Thump! A human rode off as if nothing happened. Of all the nerve, not acceptable. I felt stunned for a second, then the commotion began. Birds frantically flying in all directions. I snapped out of my dream like state of shock. Herbie and the seagull was first on the scene. Shirley Jones was stretched out on her back, feathers still floating in the air. Herbie gently stroked her head with his wing. Oh, that's so nice. There, my darling, in a soft, gentle voice. I've got you. Everything's going to be okay. Shirley's eyelashes fluttered as she tried to open her eyes, yet she didn't have the strength. Shirley shivered, coughing a little, truly trying to clear her throat. No, thank you. Oh. All right. Well, Herbie has a thing for Shirley then, I think, if I had to take a guess. Herbie quickly took some water from a nearby puddle and then dropped the droplets of water from his beak to hers. Oh, Shirley swallowed it and slowly opened her eyes. There was a sigh. There they were, gazing at each other's eyes. Seconds turned to minutes, And in this quiet connection, all around them was invisible. Oh, it is love. In the background, the squirrels and birds were all working together to put a plan to rescue into place. They knew they had to get Shirley Jones off the road. Harold the squirrel rushed around his spiral staircase, grabbing a rope and a large, rather holey sock he had swiped from Tracey's clothesline last summer. Mystery solved, the missing socks. The plan was set up as a pulley system to hoist Shirley Jones up to the treetop condo where she could safely recover. Meanwhile, Shirley Jones and Herbie were still gazing at each other's eyes. Herbie whispered words of encouragement, promises of love and lovely, exciting things. I think I heard the words French fry, donut, and hang gliding. I'm not sure what all this meant, but Shirley Jones let out a loud screech, and then Herbie with the same screeching call. Yeah, that's what they do. Just after that happened, the squirrels had everything rigged up so to lift Shirley Jones up off the treetop condo. Just like out of a romance novel, Herbie swooped Shirley Jones up in his strong muscular wings, and as if she was light as a feather, Herbie walked across with great ease and confident stride to the base of the big tree. Shirley Jones snuggled into the protection of his warm embrace. Oh, just a second. Herbie gently placed her on a sock like gurney, and then the squirrels began to hoist her up towards the treetop. Tawny birds fluttered around Shirley Jones, helping to secure the sock so it wouldn't slip. Shirley Jones felt like she was floating on a cloud. Laying on her back, all she could see was Herbie's beautiful eyes looking down at her as she was slowly being raised. As she got closer to Herbie, she could feel her heart beating faster and her strength returning. Up in the treetop condo, Penny had a nice hot cup of tea waiting. Penny picked the most beautiful teacup from Tracey's house, and on her way out the window, she grabbed a few of Papa's treats. Penny knew sugar was a good cure for a headache. Okay. Shirley Jones sipped her tea and munched on a couple of peppermint patties. Herbie and Shirley Jones then started to act like a couple of lovebirds, so we all decided to leave them alone. Oh, yes. Later that day, the big tree was seen swaying, and there was no wind at all. Oh, my. Scandalous. Herbie had posted a sign on the tree just outside the condo to read, "If the trees are rockin', don't come a knockin'." Penny and I have decided to find a new place to nest for the foreseeable future. Speaking of Penny, have you noticed that there are no holes pecked all over the letter? Now this is quite the story. Oh yeah, Penny's the woodpecker. A few days ago, Penny was invited to go out of town with her two hummingbird friends. Tina Turner, who thinks she's a private dancer, and Cyndi Lauper organized the outing because she thinks sometimes girls just want to have fun. Yes, love it. These girls were overdue for some fun. The girls flew over the Taco Cat, where there is a basement bar at low tide. Yes, it just opened to birds. Tina danced, and Penny and Cyndi had a lot of fun making new friends. Things got a little crazy, and Penny was offered a bottle of golden nectar with the words, "Drink me." It's on that. But nevertheless, she uncorked it and put it to her lips. "I know something interesting is sure to happen," she said to herself. Tina Turner and Cyndi Lauper each had a bottle of golden nectar too. Tina and Cyndi's small hummingbird wings stopped flapping so hard. They were feeling very relaxed. Their hearts were no longer beating 1,260 beats per minute. Penny felt very chilled out. She no longer felt so angry that she wanted to hit her head into trees and peck holes in everything. The girls danced, laughed, and had so much fun. Later they got the munchies. They found a garbage can full of tacos and nacho chips and feasted till they could barely flap their wings. They came home in the morning light, and I said, "When are you going to live your life right?" And they said, "Girls just want to have fun." Penny yelled, "Yeah, girls just want to have fun." Then the three of them zigzagged across the garden wings, barely flapping. Oh. They all landed at the Suet Bar and Spa, where they munched on the seeds, got oily facials at the same time. Penny's beak felt so moisturized and silky soft, she no longer had that nagging headache. Penny even offered to help make this card. While I looked for colorful papers to peel off the shiny cylinder, papers to peel off the shiny cylinders. What are these, by the way? I often see you dump things from them into big pots. Is that what smells so good in your house? When I find them in the recycling bin, they don't have the things in them and maybe a few drops of water. Oh, it must be like the tin can stuff. It's such a mystery. Harold likes to keep a few of those cylinders in his closet. He's been using them to store some blue things we see people wearing on their faces. Must be masks. Humans sure are messy. We keep finding them on the roads and parking lots. Yeah, people are messy. Let me see. Did I do that right? 9, 10. Harold says he figured out what they were. He says that they are tiny hammocks, and he's going to fill the tree with them in late spring. Then the baby birds get kicked out of their nesting. Will have some place to sleep. Oh, that's nice. Boris, huh? Violet, huh? Yes, Randal. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's out there. I asked Harold why humans wear the tiny hammocks on their faces, and he thinks it's because humans don't have anything kind to say, or maybe they have a bad breath. It's such a mystery. I have so many questions. Penny only pecked the holes around Violet's picture. Then she unpacked something very special to her, the golden yellow thread. Oh, that sunflower. It used to be her great-great-grandmother. She used to live in Hollywood. One day she was on the set of Wonder Woman. While Wonder Woman was twirling, she flew very, very fast and held on tightly to the golden thread on her costume. The thread snapped and she flew away with it. We all think it should belong to you now because we think that you are Wonder Woman. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Randal? He heard it. You certainly know how to fold all those blankets, those baskets of nesting bedding so fast. It is a job that seems to never end. It certainly does. Penny hand sewed the yellow thread through the card, the sunflower. I'm rather enjoying this new Penny. It is a refreshing change. I'm sure in a day or two she will be back to her moody self. Hey, we all like that sometimes. I think scary recent events has changed a lot of birds around here. It is certainly a good reminder to slow down in life. It is so easy to get caught up in things that can consume us, and we miss out on all the beautiful things around us. The simple things we overlook when thoughts take over. It's important to stop and smell the flowers, drink the nectar of life, enjoy some good food, and take care of yourself. Sometimes it takes a life-changing event to wake up from the mundane routine of life. And when we wake up, we realize some of the things we were worrying about are just not that important. What's important is how precious life is and all the people we love. You will be happy to know that Herbie and Shirley Jones are to be married this spring. Shirley Jones has decided to keep her maiden name. Oh, she doesn't think Hancock's suits her. Herbie Hancock. She is a member of the Partridge family, after all. Sending you love and many thank yous. Love, your curious, faithful friend and soulmate, Randal. Shh, don't tell Penny. P.S. My owl friend, Judy, who can be quiet, Judge Judy, can be quite judgmental, but very wise. She is says that she thinks someone will buy your old house by April. Yep, she was right. A nice young family filled with excitement. The yard is big enough for a dog. The right people for the right house. PSS. When you say Violet is full of piss and vinegar, what does that mean? So many questions. Piss and vinegar? Well, you try and mix piss and vinegar together and it's going to fizz up. These guys are full of piss and vinegar when they're bouncing all over the place, Randal. Well, I love that story. It just brings me joy. Where's the... There it is. And it's so creative. So creative. I keep all of these, you know. I keep them all because it's like one long saga. Like Edith and Archie. And I love that it's made out of recycled stuff. And there's a 50% off one. Yes, and then there's that right there. Gasp. Watching Shirley getting hit by a car or a person on a bike. Lordy, lordy. Well, thank you so much, Randal and Shirley and everybody. And I love my cards and my seeds and stuff. I'm going to end this video because we got a long day today. And I don't want to have a 3-hour video, but this was a great morning. My goodness, this was a great morning. I'm almost caught up with my mail. I have a couple packages to open, but I'll do that on another video. And I will look into those seeds and stuff because, yeah. I need to find out about that feeding bird ban because I'm not worried about feeding birds now, but when fall comes and winter comes, I'd like to try to start stocking up on some bird feed because I'd like to feed the birds in the winter. Not so much now, but in the winter I would. I need to find that out. But if I can attract some bees and butterflies and stuff, that would be awesome. Awesome. So anyways, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose. But if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, all right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Boink.